jumping in as a buyer right now, you're going to get a better deal for the house. You're going to
For sure.
ultimately end up saving more money getting into the house now versus, come springtime.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to actually what we are doing our first Renown Mortgage podcast, our in-home, where we get a time to sit down with our amazing founder, Justice Roberts, and other members of the Renown Mortgage team and just talk about what is going on in this industry right now. I am Sean Walker, your host, and super excited to be here. But first, without further ado, let me welcome our founder, Justice Roberts. Justice, how are you doing today?
Doing fantastic. Welcome, everybody.
Good.
Thanks for listening. Excited we're here today.
We want this time to be just an opportunity to educate you, inform you, partner with you on the wild world of mortgages and real estate and how things are going right now especially as we're heading out of 2025 and heading into 2026. And so, Justice, I'm going to throw some questions your way that a lot of our listeners and viewers have had. And so we're going to go ahead and just hit these one at a time and just get your feedback on it. First of all, the question everyone's wanting to know: 2026 is coming. Where do you feel the mortgage market is going to move in 2026 as we crest the end of the year here?
So if we're cresting the end of the year, I think, as we're talking about either mortgage rates or just the real estate market in general, I think that we're going to see interest rates continue to trend a little bit lower through the end of the year. And this month will be, we don't have much left of 2025, so we will definitely see how things keep playing out. But the nature of where the Fed's at and what they're kind of paying attention, there's a lot of dissension in where the Fed is at right now as it relates to, are we going to drop the Fed funds rate? Are we going to hold steady here in December? And I think looking over the course of the next couple of weeks, because the government's been shut down, I think that we're going to be getting some important market updates here in the next week, even just this week, tomorrow, that's going to be indicative of where the Fed's what data they're going to have available to lean into come December.
So that's a good lead with my next question. What are some of the signals that you're looking for that would support hopefully we're going to trend in a good direction?
Well, there's two main things that the Fed is actually looking at. It's maximum employment, and also we have moderate inflation, that we want to see at 2% or below year over year. And right now, I would say that the Fed's main priority, they're always kind of vacillating more towards one or more towards the other. Right. But right now, their focus is very much on employment. And that's why the data that's coming out, for the job reports, we're going to get the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, job report for the month of September come out. Basically, we should have got it in October, but the market was shut down. So that's the information that we are looking forward to. And really, it's unemployment. Where is that going to be trending? And do we see the contraction that a lot of us are feeling? Does that show up in the job numbers? And if so, I think that gives us a lot more confidence that the Fed will be cutting in December and then into next year as well.
It does appear like we kind of have landed in this perfect storm where rates, inflation, government shutdown, there's just no one has a crystal ball. And those who pretend to have a crystal ball, it's probably broken or unplugged. It just does not feel like it's working the way that we thought. We see, people out there saying, this is it, rates have dropped. And we're then not seeing that manifestation of rates drop, partially because just the conversation of rates dropping a month earlier or 2 months earlier, we're already baked into what we were expecting to see when the Fed actually made a move. And so a little bit disappointing. So to that end, buyers who have been sitting on the sideline, what would you say? Where's the wisdom? And, someone might say, well, is it smarter to wait, or is it smarter to jump in, off the sideline right now? What would you say? Where's the wisdom for, everybody's story is different, but what would you say overall, the overarching sentiment would be for jumping in right now or waiting?
Yeah, I mean, I think the advantage is for, in a market where sellers have properties that are sitting on the market a little bit longer, that supports a buyer having a little bit more leverage. So as a buyer getting into the market, I think that before you see interest rates come down, where you're going to have more buyers on the market and there be more competition. I think that buyers win more in this market right now where things are a little bit slower. And
Yeah.
so my advice would be jump in, look at those numbers. Obviously, like you said, everybody's situation is a little bit different, and we've got to be holistic as far as making individual advice. But
Right.
I would suggest, generally speaking, jumping in as a buyer right now, you're going to get a better deal for the house. You're going to
For sure.
ultimately end up saving more money getting into the house now versus, come springtime.
Right. So obviously, everybody's situation is different. If you do have that thought crossing your mind, and that is a part of your conversation at the dinner table, a conversation with Justice would be the best option to be able to, even if it's like, you know, we probably feel like we're in a holding pattern, but there's nothing like being in a holding pattern when you're informed with wisdom. You know, when you're informed and armed with, okay, now I know why, and I'm confidently in this holding pattern, or hey, there's something I didn't know, and getting that information from a trusted expert is always going to be helpful. And hey, that conversation is free, so jump on in. So okay, I'm going to put you on a little bit on the hot seat right now.
Let's
Okay,
do it.
if you had to make one bold prediction about 2026, okay, so this is free of your crystal ball, it's unplugged, it's broken, you can't use it. This is just Justice sitting here making a bold prediction about what we might see in 2026. What do you think it would be?
You know what? I think if I'll just go out and say it. I think that we'll see strong home appreciation in Pierce, King, Snohomish counties,
Yeah.
maybe 10%. If we see enough movement as far as interest rates, enough buyer activity, that's going to pressure
Wow.
home prices up. I do believe that we're still at an inventory shortage right now. And if the buyer demand is there, I think that home prices follow right along with that. And so my bold claim would be, strong appreciation. We'll say 10%. That feels a little
Wow.
bit aggressive for me. Maybe
Yeah.
7
That's
to
what we
eight
asked for. We
percent.
asked for bold, so
But
that was good. That was
so
good.
there's the bold prediction for you.
Yeah, absolutely, Justice. That is absolutely. I mean, I love that one. That would be a lot of homeowners are rooting right now. With there's like, I'll take that. I'll take that bold prediction. We'll do that HELOC and be able to buy that car or that boat or that piece of land or that investment property, whatever it is. So we'll take that bold prediction. So, hey, absolutely appreciate you jumping on again. If you joined us and you've joined us here for the first time, we are going to do these every single week. We want to just every single week be able to just take a few minutes to bring and add value to you of why here at Renown Mortgage we value our clients, we value the families that we work with, believing that the absolute best is yet to come. And so if we can be a part of your journey in any way, shape, or form, do not hesitate to reach out. And again, just check in and go ahead, like, share, subscribe. That way you'll be the first one to be notified when things are happening here. So for Sean Walker and our amazing founder, Justice Roberts, thank you very much for checking in. We will see you next week.